giving our rich
Yo, what is going on, beautiful people? We are back with another episode of the, you guessed it, the No Name / Insert Here Name podcast. So I am Edward. You know why my name is Edward? Because my mama named me after a real trill OG. That being my OG, my father. As always, you got to make sure you're following at Emac Stacks for not just NBA or NFL coverage, but your high school coverage, your college coverage of sports, and the whole shebang. So if you're not following me, you probably don't love your mama. And that's just really, I think, the truth. But yo, you know, I ain't really nothing without my brother. So y'all go ahead and introduce yourself and let's get this podcast going.
Is your boy Sean Hoy Izzo, charismatic hood excellence at its finest. Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever. Turn my shit the fuck up, man. Hey.
Yo, it's number one Black Peace, man, coming through. Just letting you know I got this fresh podcast of my own branching off. You know what I'm saying? It's Talking Smoke. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's really wherever you can find a podcast at.
YouTube, and Instagram, Facebook. Look them up.
It's all Black Peace. You know what I'm saying? It's all Black Peace, and that's all I represent.
And my boy got people from Nigeria, Ethiopia, Ghana, New Zealand.
We get international.
And he international, just so y'all know. So,
oh, you famous, bro.
We gotta really put some light on that. Talking Smoke. If you ain't listening to it, you know who you don't love.
Bruh, I want to listen just off the name. I mean, dang. Y'all Talking Smoke. Bruh, how you get a name before we got a name?
It was premeditated before the coming of the sports podcast, of course.
Man, I like it.
This is definitely premeditated for sure.
I like it.
Definitely check it out. It's on all
Talking Smoke,
outlets.
man. Man, I am the husband of Jordan, the father of Harper and Deuce, and I'm just here to bring the controversy. I'm here to, whatever you thought you was thinking, I'm here to debunk it, to challenge your thoughts, and to make you think just a little bit deeper.
Good evening, and I'm the one and only Sedacious Xavier Miles, and on behalf of me and the brothers, I want to say thank you for tuning in, and please continue to tune in. We love you and we thank you. Take it away, you motherfucker.
Hey, first and foremost, I don't know if y'all know this, but for me personally, when we started this, my first milestone for the podcast, because I just didn't know how it was gonna go with like all of us having like different schedules, different lives, kids, so on and so forth. My milestone for us to reach, just starting off, is episode 10. And I'd be goddamn if this ain't episode 10. So my brethren, I appreciate y'all commitment. I appreciate y'all sticking this out. I appreciate y'all just grinding it out with me. There is no podcast without y'all fellas. So we episode 10, man. So to all our viewers, listeners, up until this point, our new listeners and viewers, I think our next celebration milestone will be 50 or 100. I'm not sure which one yet. But yo, hey, 10th episode celebration, 10th episode anniversary. I'm excited.
This ain't the one I get to smoke a blunt on, is it? This ain't
No,
I guess 20, 30.
I don't know. I
40,
think I'm gonna give you 100. I say 5 the L on the 100th episode.
That boy say the honey bun.
The honey bun.
We can do the
proud
honey.
of man because he's proud of me.
I can do the honey.
Yo, so check this out. I was thinking about this before we're gonna get to football early. But before we do, I was kind of a pump fake. I wonder if y'all feel the same way. And so I was thinking about this today, just thinking about like women and you see girls you grew up with, see new girls or whatever. And I remember this principle. I just say game. This game my OG gave me. When I remember my pops telling me, he was like, "Look, son, you in high school or whatever. I know you're gonna do your thing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But listen to me closely. Pay attention to all the ones you think are the baddest and the finest. I know you're going to be trying to do your thing with them, but make sure you stay close to the ones
one day, ooh, boy, that nigga is a real nigga, boy. You need to listen to him.
He say,
listen to him.
Say, stay free. He say, don't diss him or nothing. Like, he say, stay friends with the one who look like they, a convict. And I was just like, huh? I was like, huh, Dad?
Bro.
He's like, son, just listen. The fine ones, I promise you, son, in 10 years,
fall off quick.
They gonna turn into mud ducks. But the ones who look like mud ducks in high school, I promise you, son, they gonna blossom. You ain't gonna know who they are.
Very jeans, they gonna be big. Out the gate.
Man,
and I promise you, bro. I promise you, man. I was thinking about that today, and I was like, man, I'd be goddamn if my daddy wasn't telling the absolute truth. Because I high-sided on
many hoes in high school, man. And circle back.
Have y'all experienced that or seen that for yourselves?
Man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I think that holds some merit. I think it holds some merit. I mean, there's even, man, I would say this, even in college, bro. Like there was some.
This is true, Christian. That is true.
There's some, like in college, you wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole, and then I'm still married now. But, every once in a while I go on Instagram, I'm like, and I keep scrolling after that.
I ain't gonna lie though. I haven't seen the college glow up, but I'll be damned if that high school shit ain't the realest shit you'd ever said, boy. That was spot on, nailed with the hammer, like man. Some people reach their peak and they stride
too early
later on, and some people peak out and literally wipe out in high school. High school is a peak. Get it while the getting is good, cool. But to that one who stayed down, to the one who was just a butterfly coming into the cocoon. Man. Or excuse me, a caterpillar into the cocoon. Don't worry. I got ahead of myself, man. I'm familiar. I'll say that.
But my facial expressions gonna change up because I'm watching the game. So periodically, y'all gonna see me just make dumbass, stupid ass faces for no reason. But that's because I'm watching the dumbass, stupid ass Cowboys right now. And so I got a ride right now, and the ride is pretty rough. Pause. But you know what I'm saying, just ride or dying with a team that just suck all ass. It just hurts.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that you're watching the Cowboys right now, and I work in DC, right, where the entire city is like they feel like they just won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
yeah.
Beat the Steelers.
Like, bro, I work with probably one of the biggest Washington football team fans. This dude has Washington football team seat covers in his car. His license plate is Washington football team. He has every day he wears a Washington football team tie.
I hate people
with a burgundy shirt.
That's too much.
Yeah, that's
on his desk every week. He has a old Redskins helmet with whoever they're playing that week. Like it is, but he's like that though with all Washington sports. He's a big sports fan. He played at the University of Maryland back in the day. He's an old guy. He's 60s, man, he's a huge fan, and he came in gloating, and then he was like, "Yeah, and I can't wait to watch them Cowgirls lose tonight." I mean, so it was. So yeah, so it's kind of funny to be here, after they won a regular season game. But them boys played well, man. They played well, man, versus the Steelers. And it's funny, before the game, I was talking to my guy at work. I was like, "Yo, I think y'all have a chance." He was like, "Don't gas me up. Don't gas me up." I'm like, "No, I really think y'all have a chance. Like, I like what y'all been doing lately, and the Steelers haven't been really that impressive."
They were the flukiest undefeated team I had.
Yeah, they haven't been like every other 11-0 team, right, or any other team that's been undefeated this long in the season. You look back and you've seen them just dominate.
At
least they've had a couple of games, right?
Decisive.
You go back, and even versus bad teams, right? You're like, okay, they barely won their first game versus the Giants. Okay, that's week 1. They barely beat the Broncos. They barely beat the Texans when the Texans were still on their slide. They're just here and there, barely getting it. They barely beat the Cowboys. The only team that they really blew out was the Jags and the Bengals. But other than that, like everything's been real tight, and so and the Redskins have been coming into their own lately. So I was expecting at least a tight game, maybe even the upset. It was kind of nice to see. It was nice to see.
With the Steelers being undefeated, right, or up until losing against the Washington Redskins, yes, they may have not been winning in a pretty fashion. They may not have shown supreme dominance in like their 11-game win streak, but like, is there not something to like be said or respected in terms of just like still finding a way to get the job done?
Definitely, and that's why also I think that Mike Tomlin should definitely be coach of the year this year, because even as I was watching it, because I haven't really watched that many Steelers games all the way through, right? So I was watching the game the other night. As they were not playing well, I was still impressed by them. Because in long third down after long third down, right, they figure out a way to keep the ball moving. And it's like, man, you have Big Ben put it on a receiver twice, right in their hands, they'll drop it, right? 3rd and 18, here we go, right? First down, right? They kept figuring out a way to overcome their own mistakes, right? And that's a sign of a good team, right? Hey, at different times you're going to make mistakes in the game. But it's how do you overcome them, and do you allow those mistakes to hurt you worse than what they're going to help the other team? And they figure out a way to overcome those mistakes that they do make, and that's good coaching. That's good coaching, figuring out in the right situations how to overcome those things. So there's a reason they're 11-0. They're not a bad team. They should they have been 11-0? I don't know, maybe, but there's a reason they're 11-0, right? I think they'll do well in the playoffs, right? Will they go to the Super Bowl? I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll beat the Chiefs.
No.
But there's a chance.
For coming to my TED Talk.
There's a
no
chance.
for me. You want to bet right now? You want to make a bet right now?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to bet on the Steelers.
So that's a no, right? I don't even have them going.
I would not give it an emphatic no, though. I think they have a chance. They have a chance. They have a. I would not be surprised to see them in an AFC Championship game.
Okay, so all right, so off the Steelers, right? Christian, you said that you would give Mike Tomlin Coach of the Year, which is, I think, pretty much like very well, much so deserved. Right now, I'm talking about MVP.
I like Brian Flores. I like what Brian Flores is doing with my boy. I do.
I love my boy. Yeah.
Shout out to another great black coach. And yes, I did say black coach. Why do you have to bring race into it? Because that's what it's about. Why do you think they have the Rooney rule in the league? After Art Rooney, come on, man. Yeah. Anyway, but
what's Sean?
Hey, bruh? Okay, never mind. I'm a. Hold on. No, let's go on this high horse. Let's go on it. Listen. I don't know if I told you this, Edward, in private conversation. I don't know if I did or not. But I think I did. I think before the season we talked about this, and everyone was complaining about us not having as many black coaches anymore because we had got to the point we had 7 black head coaches, and now we're down to 3, and then Ron Rivera is the only other minority. But I said, I think I told you this. If not, I wrote it out, that this was probably the best situation for black head coaches because I thought we had 3 good ones. Now Anthony Lynn not holding up his end of the bargain, which he's probably going to be out of the year. But we got 2 who we're talking about as possible coach of the year candidates. 2 who are leading their teams to greater heights than we thought. No one would have thought that the Steelers would have been 11-0 at this point. No one would have thought that the Dolphins would have been 8-4, challenging for the division at this point in the season. But guess what? They have strong head coaches who are black, who are, I think both of them are going to be in the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, Mike Tomlin definitely will be there.
I think Brian Flores is going to be. I don't need to see anything.
That's a little premature. So
I know it's premature. I know it's premature, but guess what? That's my MO, right? I saw it with Joe Burrow. I saw it with Brian Flores. I saw it with Brian Flores last year, right? I see it with Joe Judge right now, right?
We're gonna hold off on that one because your credibility kind of went out the window when you said Deshaun Watson wasn't the man we thought he was, and here he is ripping up the fucking league.
He wasn't playing like it at the time.
Exactly, right. So give it a chance to play out, and
that's fine. For what we want to see with black head coaches, right? We want to see them get more opportunities. Having two guys there that are great, not just good, that are great, undeniably great, is going to lend to more opportunities later on down the line, right? We have seen this through the history of sports in America, right? The reason you go from Jackie Robinson in 1947 to what American sports is right now is because the talent was undeniable. No matter how hard they tried to keep us from being there, from being on top, the talent became undeniable. And at some point, no matter how discriminatory a person is at the top, at the end of the day, only one color matters, and that's green. And the way you get green in sports is by winning, right? That's why there's no more controversies about black quarterbacks. You're starting to see more black quarterbacks get chances than ones who don't even deserve a shot, right? Because the talent was just undeniable, right? It was not like this 10, 15 years ago. But right now the talent is so undeniable that, hey, every team got to get them one, right? And so you're going to have the same thing happen with black head coaches. You want guys. You
seen that?
What?
You talking about me today?
Oh yeah, all y'all's reaction was funny as fuck, bro. Y'all see what Christian said, every team got to get them one. I seen all y'all reaction, bro. That shit was funny.
Oh, my bad. I ain't playing. But I'm saying that. Listen, I'm saying it.
It's like Get Out Part 2.
If you think that NFL owners are as discriminatory as most people think they are, right? That's how they would think. Hey, I got to give me one, right? I don't think that as many of them are that backwards thinking.
I know what you mean because the black man is fetishized a lot in American culture, as you can. I hate to say it, any Kardashian fans, but they fetishize, black men a lot, and I believe that trend has been very much so popularized throughout. I'll probably say the last half a decade in America specifically.
But I'm not even. I know where people like to take when I say that, but just think about the last few head coaches that have been hired over the last few years, right? You get Sean McVay goes to the Rams. Everyone's like, who's this young guy? They made a terrible decision. He takes the Rams and they go from zero to hero. After that, every team was like, I got to get me one, right? Cliff
Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury gets hired because of that. Zach Taylor gets hired because of that. Matt LaFleur gets hired because of that, right? Oh, I got to get me one of these young offensive geniuses, okay? I got to get me one, right? Now, for black coach is going to be, I got to get me one of those. But, so at the end of the day, right, there are some incredibly smart people in football, there are also some incredibly basic folks in football. And they're going to think that way, right? And so, like my boy said in Superbad, hey, we can be that mistake, right? One of these black coaches who probably would never get an opportunity, he could be the one, right? He could be the Cliff Kingsbury that's like, hey, he's the mistake, but guess what? Hey, this mistake turned out great, right? And so, but you get that with guys like Brian Flores and Mike Tomlin on the sideline.
Right now with the MVP race, somebody else could sneak in there as the NFL is like regular season is slowly but surely like winding up. But right now you got A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes like pretty much just like slugging it out, like just like playing Unbelievable. So right now, Aaron Rodgers, 37 total touchdowns with only 4 interceptions, 3,400 passing yards with a 69% completion rate. Patrick Mahomes, 33 total touchdowns with only 2 interceptions, and he has just over 4,000 total yards and a 68% completion rate. Like, who do y'all kind of see possibly taking home the MVP out of those two at the end of the season?
I could very much so see Patrick Mahomes being
my homeboy.
for sure. I can definitely see him getting his second MVP within his 4th season, I'm going to say, which would be completely unprecedented on a Hall of Fame trajectory. But the only reason I give Aaron Rodgers a chance is just simply because he's just reminding everybody that he's, like Stephen A. would say, a bad man, which he is. But I just think as far as like MVP most valuable, you take Patrick Mahomes off that team, man. They ain't it ain't it ain't that. It just ain't that. They a decent team, but they're not nearly as dynamic as you would have hoped for them to be, with him. But the argument can be made about Aaron Rodgers too, because they don't really have, he ain't throwing to nobody special. I would be the first to say that, but he does have a top 5 receiver in the league, which he has not had since early Donald Driver, and I don't even believe Donald Driver was ever a top 5 receiver in the league. Maybe some top 5 years. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't think he was ever peak Devontae Adams.
Go ahead, Darnell. Go ahead before I've been talking a lot.
No, you're fine. I mean, I think Patty got it, man. Patty, my homeboy got that shit, man. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is kind of just doing Aaron Rodgers, and I feel like Mahomes is actually getting better every time he gets a chance.
You can't take that for granted, though, brother, because we saying Aaron Rodgers just being Aaron Rodgers. People don't roll out of bed and give you 38-4. They don't do that.
Well, it's the LeBron effect too, though, bro. It's like how LeBron just goes and gets that triple-double. It's like, we expect this from you. He doesn't quite – how I felt about it, if he went undefeated no matter what, then I would give him that credit over him. But due to the fact that he has a regular, record, I got to say Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the target on the back. He's the guy that went to the Super Bowl, and he's still – going up and up and up. You know what I mean? Rodgers is kind of just, hey, I'm Aaron, I'm doing what I do. Like, Mahomes is still getting it, like he ain't won nothing. Like, he didn't get a MVP a couple years ago.
Because we are routinely, unamazed at Aaron Rodgers' amazingness.
You take it for granted. You take it for granted.
Bro. Just don't mean we take it for granted, bro.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I'm accustomed to saying that, so you think it's normal, but it's like, no, it's
really
normal.
not.
I don't care how many times he's done it. I don't care what season it is. His greatness is not normal. You will not see anybody other than the guy he's in a race with duplicating the type of success and the type of talent that he's doing.
But he's made it all as far as the NFC Championship, far as we know. He has actually made it to the big game in almost God knows how long. Mahomes has been at the championship, won MVP.
Did he have Mike McCarthy coaching him? And you see what the fuck he doing to Sedacious Cowboys?
Yeah. Hey, let Sedacious in, Edward.
He's trying to get in?
He's been trying to get in.
That's a good point, though. I have to admit, that's a nice little point. Coaching does matter.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
definitely.
Y'all cry about coaching all the time. Y'all should really be on that.
Yeah, I cry about a fucking dictatorship that was run by a fucking insane, silent named Bill O'Brien.
So 2 points here. The only way I think Aaron Rodgers wins is he's going to have a ridiculous. I don't know the rest of their schedule. Do the Packers play a
they're gonna have to run it off. They're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to win out, and he can't throw another pick. If he throws another pick, he's gonna have
to have a primetime game where he like brings the team back. Something like it's like ridiculous. Like he has
to throw for like 8 touchdowns or something.
They got the Lions, the Panthers, the Titans, and the Bears.
Do they play on primetime game in those games? In those games, primetime?
Against the Panthers. Well, that's a Saturday game. It's a primetime Saturday game. Oh, and the Titans is a primetime game.
He got to go hard against King Henry.
Titans.
Is it Monday?
Go hard against King Henry.
The Titans game is the Sunday Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday prime time.
Versus the Titans. This is the only way what week is that? Is that 15?
Yeah.
Week 15?
Yeah.
So is that second to last game or third to last game?
Say that again.
Is it their second to last game or third to last game?
Second to last.
Second to last.
Okay, perfect. That game will either win it for him or not. He would have to literally bring them back from like 4 touchdowns down.
Like Derrick Henry would have to be having a phenomenal game, and Aaron Rodgers would have to
Aaron Rodgers would have to just beast it with 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to bring them back to win. That's the only way, and he has to hope that Patrick Mahomes doesn't do that the same week.
107% agree.
Which could happen.
But I do understand the fact that Mahomes does get more credit because he just won a championship, right?
And they have more televised games.
Like so,
because he's the best shit.
Mahomes is going to get the votes. If they're both equal, Mahomes is going to get the votes. Even if Aaron out edges him a little bit in stats, whatever, Mahomes is going to get the votes. So in order for Aaron Rodgers to win it, he has to have a ridiculous moment that no one can deny, that's stuck in like the voters' brains. While Patrick Mahomes is like, oh well, he just won it, let's give it to Aaron.
The playoffs are going to be incredible.
They're incredible. Yeah, but hey, to Isaac's point though about without Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs wouldn't be what they are, bruh. Before Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs' offense was dynamic. You gotta remember.
I'm saying that because you saying dynamic too loosely, bro.
He's right and wrong.
Bro, Alex Smith had his best.
No, they were not dynamic with Alex Smith. They were above average.
Patrick Mahomes rookie year. They weren't dynamic.
They were above average. They were above average.
They were really
above
good.
Average does not mean dynamic.
2017.
Really good, not excellent.
Edward, can you bring up the stats real quick? What was the?
No, I know where you're going. That's today. In
2017,
they was good as fuck.
Say that again, Christian.
In 2017, what was Kansas City's offense ranked?
Their rankings
in 2017, the offense, team
yeah.
offense, and
Bro,
points.
You said that too.
Bro, I remember when Jeremy Maclin, that nigga used to be beastie on Kansas City, kid.
Yeah, whatever happened.
He left Philadelphia and came to he went to Kansas City at the end of his career though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean they did good. They were very good, but they wasn't excellent.
Were they on the level that they are now? No. But bruh, they were still the number 1 seed in
they needed Patrick Mahomes to get
no. See the number.
Just because your record makes you number 1 seed does not make your offense dynamic.
They were the number 2 seed that year in the playoffs. In 2017,
as soon as Andy Reid got there,
Alex Smith,
you start hearing about Kansas City. As soon as Andy Reid got there, you never not heard about Kansas City no more.
So they were 2017. The Chiefs were 10th in passing.
Mm-hmm.
Then
so fucking dynamic, so fucking amazing.
Top 10. They're top 10.
It's not dynamic, Christian. Dynamic.
10th in passing, 10th in rushing.
Look, Google the Oxford definition of dynamic.
Total?
Come on, bro. I'm not finna praise no. Go ahead.
I don't know, man.
Mediocrity.
What about points?
It ain't mediocrity. It's good.
Top 10.
It's good. It's good.
Dynamic
is top 3.
Bruh, all I'm saying is
wordplay we on right now. We definitely on wordplay.
We're a top 10 passing offense. Without Aaron Rodgers, what are the Packers? Nothing. We've seen this before.
Pretty serviceable backups.
Who was?
I said the Chiefs had some pretty serviceable backups.
No,
they won games.
Matt Moore.
We never basically. I see what Enzo's trying to say.
He led them damn Dolphins to a winning record.
I mean, like on what y'all arguing in terms of the Chiefs, like stats and where they were in 2017, they were pretty much like ranked 10th and everything, like right in like the bottom to the very 10th of passing, rushing, and even defense.
Oh, that dynamic, bro. I'm sorry. Like that's good. That's really good.
You were saying that they would fall off without Patrick Mahomes, and I'm saying no. before Patrick Mahomes, with Tyreek Hill and with Travis Kelce, and basically the offense that they got right now.
I stifled their rebuttal with saying that from a value perspective, Aaron Rodgers would edge out Patrick Mahomes just due to the simple fact that Green Bay is Aaron Rodgers centric, right? It's A-Rod or nothing on offense. If A-Rod is not quarterbacking that team doesn't go anywhere, and everybody on planet Earth knows that. Exactly. So that's not, man, that ain't Patrick's fault. That's Green Bay being a fucking cheat.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, they put all their eggs in one basket with Aaron Rodgers, so they never get a chance to see how good they would be with a decent quarterback behind.
Green Bay isn't a hot free agent destination, right? You don't have
facts.
NFL players clamoring to go play in Green Bay in the frozen tundra and go eat Swiss fucking cheese. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to do that. So they have to put all their eggs into this proverbial Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
I would wrap up the Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes bait by simply saying, "This shit hurts. I'm tired of losing." Which is the comments, the post-game comments of Deshaun Watson after a catastrophic loss against the Colts. Now,
you gonna wrap that up with that?
So
great segue.
So I want to say, I think this past Sunday made 7 games. So the past seven game stretch, Deshaun Watson had 16 touchdowns to 1 interception and is averaging close to 300 passing yards. Fight me on it. We can square up about it all y'all want to. I don't care. I was under the belief that had we won this,
we would have ran the table.
Isaac, we was at this hole. We was winning out. I don't care what nobody say.
Me and you both was on that campaign.
And it broke us. Now, Christian.
That's why he cried, because he knew.
He knew, dog. We were out of here. I knew if we won this past Sunday, but we was out of here. We were going to win out, point blank, period. And, bro, it hurt. It hurt me. Like, it hurt. It hurt. So I don't know, man. I think that was the end of the season. Now, Christian, I concede. I don't want to see Deshaun Watson on the field for the rest of the season. I think it's a waste. I'm scared something would happen. And I just
let my boy go to the Pro Bowl, because that's where he headed. That's for sure where he headed.
They don't even play there, so yeah, he can go to the Pro Bowl, bro. Yeah, I think, bro, sit him down.
Yeah, man, go ahead and sit Deshaun down. I'm interested to see. I don't know his contract exactly, but I'm interested to see what happens to J.J. Watt after this season. I don't know if
he might be gone.
He gonna stay. He gonna stay.
He may stay since the bullshit is out. He may stay.
That's some bullshit. Sorry, I'm watching the game.
That was the Cowboys remark.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, not what we talking about.
But, bruh, I mean, listen. A few podcasts ago, I know there was the hope for the playoffs, and I shut it down, right? And ever since then, I've gotten one game wrong, right? I told y'all which games y'all would win and lose. I got one game wrong so far, which is the Patriots. I thought y'all would lose to the Patriots. Y'all beat the Patriots, right? But, bruh, y'all.
Bro, Deshaun Watson was doing what y'all been praising, and that team is like fell off the past couple of games. But Deshaun Watson was doing what y'all had been praising Russell Wilson for at the beginning of the season. In spite of his defense, Deshaun Watson was getting us to the promised land, and like you could just see.
Bro, he's been playing out of his mind. I mean. Like, you know, I know, you know, coming from me, because I was, you know, dogging him, at the beginning of the year, right?
It's okay.
But the thing is, though, right? The comment Darnell made earlier. The comment Darnell made earlier about Aaron Rodgers. This is just regular Aaron Rodgers, right? Well, if Aaron doesn't play that way, we're like, what's happening to Aaron, right? because we expect that. If LeBron doesn't play like how you expect LeBron to play, you're like, what's happening with LeBron? What we're seeing from Deshaun Watson, what I've seen as a Jags fan, hating to see it against us for the last 4 years, when we passed over him and took Leonard Fournette, right? I've seen what we're seeing now. At the beginning of the year,
I ain't gonna lie, Leonard Fournette was a dog in college.
We don't have to argue about why it wasn't there, but it wasn't there. Okay, it wasn't there, and there were things that he was doing or that he wasn't doing that I was like, wait, we expect at least little things to be done right, and he's not even doing those things right. And I was like, hey, something's up. We need to figure this out now. We can argue about why he's able to do it now, whatever, but he's doing it now, right? He's doing it now, and this is what we've expected. If he would have been playing like this in those first 4 games, you guys would have at least been 2-2 in the beginning of the year. At least. But he wasn't doing this, right? Now also
because he was being boggled down by because you want to ignore that, but it's not an ignorable fact. But you wasn't doing it in the beginning. Well, guess why?
And
we all know why.
To beat a dead horse, we told him, Isaac, once that man was gone, we would see the flourishment of Deshaun Watson.
And what have we saw, Christian? What have we saw?
True.
We have saw him blossom from his cocoon and make a metamorphosis that has been downright amazing.
Ridiculous.
Okay, for all podcast listeners,
brilliant.
Hey, wrap it up with your last comments, Christian.
for all of our podcast listeners that are very fluent and aware of statistics and understanding statistical analysis. I'm sorry, I can't say the word. We understand that correlation is not always causation, right? Because something correlates with something else. Hey. We take away A, now B flourishes, right? A must have been causing B not to flourish, right?
He was.
Because there was a correlation that does not always indicate causation.
So now you're trying to.
Why do you deny this so much, Christian? Why? Just tell us right now. Why do you deny it?
Let's wrap up Deshaun. We've been talking about him and
because we've seen him do it with him before.
Okay.
No, we haven't. But moving on.
Okay.
Hey, real quick.
I haven't seen him throw for consecutive 300-yard games since he's been with Bill O'Brien. As soon as he leaves, he throws for like 4 or 5 consecutive. Anyway, go ahead.
I heard it with my own ears. I'm fine.
And let's try to make brief to wrap up our football segment.
You can't make this shit brief. You niggas love talking about this shit.
No, we off for the Texans.
Man!
We off for the Texans. For real, we off
Sorry,
for the Texans.
Cowboy like it, man.
Finally, Carson Wentz is now being benched. Jalen Hurts gets an opportunity.
I told y'all.
What are y'all expecting to see from him in these last couple of games of the season? And
a lot of Houston shit. Yeah.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
H-Town.
You did. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be all right.
I fuck with it, but no.
He's gonna be all right.
To make it quick, man, I'm gonna let Coach go. What I expect to see from him is he's always been a winner, right? He's won in high school. He's won on the collegiate level. I expect him to bring an attitude of hard work. I expect him to bring a little more charisma, and I believe he'll bring some stability to the position. I don't believe he'll do too much to try to lose them a game, and I don't think he'll play outside of himself to try to go over and beyond to win it. I think he'll be serviceable and he'll do a good job, man. I believe he gets a stranglehold on the job going forward. I think Carson Wentz, we might have seen his best days. That boy could be on the trading block this offseason. I don't know who's gonna really want him. Probably Jacksonville, somebody, huh?
No one's gonna touch that contract.
But before you go, Christian, one of the things that I hope that happens within the Eagles offense is obviously they let Carson Wentz throw it, and then they try to bring Jalen Hurts in to like run it, Wildcat, whatever the case may be. But like I hope they let him be a quarterback and show his arm. So yeah.
All right. So before I just looked at this, I said that he's going to be okay. I'm not sure how well he's actually going to be not because of him, but because of who he faces. Right?
His schedule.
They face the Saints, right, which is one of the best defenses in the league. Cardinals, who was no slouch.
Yeah, who I said was a sleeper team this year, by the way.
And then he gets to have a great game against the Cowboys. And then he finishes off with the
Cowboys.
Oh, everybody having great games against the Cowboys. No offense.
I bet he won't. Put some money up.
He's gonna finish off with the Washington football team. But
put some money up.
Here's where I do know that's gonna happen though. Doug Peterson is gonna pull out all the stops. How we saw him coach with Nick Foles, how he put everything together to try to make the game as easy as he could for Nick Foles. That's what he's going to do for Jalen Hurts.
And it's not gonna work.
It might work a little bit. It might work a little bit. But you're gonna see the best stuff that he has. You're gonna see some Philly specials. You're gonna see something gonna come up.
Horrible.
Right?
That's horrible.
He gonna bring it out because he sees also too. Hey, we still have a shot at this thing, right? They still have a shot at the division. They still have a shot at making the playoffs. Okay, so they went out. The Giants mess up. The Redskins mess up. They still got a shot at this thing. So he's gonna put everything he can behind this boy, and I think he'll be all right. He'll be serviceable. But it's a tough road. If he's okay over these next 4 games, I think Isaac is right. That might be the last. It might be the last that you see of Carson Wentz with the Eagles. Now, as far as trading him, I don't know who they're gonna get to take his contract though.
That boy got a stupid contract.
Yeah, I don't know who.
I ain't gonna lie though, he
on the bench.
almost threw that motherfucker though, huh? He's like 2 years through. He got 2 years left.
Yeah, that's still.
That is still a lot.
The thing is though, that contract for how well he's been playing.
Right.
Like if it was that contract for, a decent Carson Wentz, okay, somebody would take that. But for how bad he's been playing, nobody in their right mind would take that.
It's an albatross over any franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who would take that. So
you like that word?
I like it. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
Let me know something. Hey, let me know. I don't know all the time. Let me know.
Every day. I like it.
Come on, man. Y'all hoeing.
The boy's good.
Yeah, Carson Wentz is reported that he will have 34. He's owed $34 million next year. And then
and the cap probably gonna go down next year too.
Yeah, so he's owed $34 million for 2021 and an additional $24 million against the cap in 2022, according to the Philadelphia.
You got no Dak pressure, you still stinking up the field.
He gonna have to be the backup. He gonna have to be the backup in Philly for the next 2 years. They can't get rid of him. Maybe in 2022, but he's just gonna have to be the backup.
Still talking about money. Get your take on this, Christian. Then we'll let you get out of here, dog. Still talking about money. So it was on social media recently. Kids, they work in the corners trying to sell water. In Atlanta, I believe that was in Atlanta. And so they, see his Meek Mill and they pull up on Meek Mill like, "Yo, Meek, bro. We selling water, man. Like, hey, man, can you give us some money? Da, 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 you know what I'm saying? Like, we selling water, we just out here." And so Meek is just like, "Yo, like, okay, like, what y'all selling water for?" And they was just like, "Man, we a young black man out here, man." And Meek like, "Yeah, but what's the cause for? Like, what y'all trying to sell water?" "Man, we just trying to sell some water, man. Like, we just trying to stay out of trouble, man." And so I don't know if it was Meek or one of his partners that was like in the car had gave one of the dudes a 20. But it's a gang of boys, young dudes out there, like all on the corner trying to like sell water or whatever. And I see it out here in Atlanta. It's not too far from me. I pass by and I see, kids like slanging water, especially in the summertime. Mm-hmm. And so people tried to like give Meek like slack because like Meek was just like, "Bro, I just got y'all a 20. Like, what more do y'all want? Like, y'all better split that. Like, what's going on here?" Mm-hmm. And so people just like, Meek, man, he only gave them kids $20. Like,
when people probably wouldn't even stop and give them shit. You feel me?
Exactly.
Let alone $1 because they selling it for $1.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And like they're just, you know, they still kind of like, no man, hey man, help us out, can you give us some
they
more?
putting their hands in the car, they big bro, you know what
Bro,
I'm saying? They
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
And so people was giving me flat, like, oh, he do all this, like he could have gave them kids more. But this is my perspective on that. And I think, I'm not sure. In the summertime, I get and I understand the hustle. It's hot out here. People may want some water. People may not be hydrated in their car. But as this thing got fucking cold out here in Atlanta, I'm just like, all right, young dudes. Like, I see y'all trying. I think I see or understand the motive behind what y'all doing. Y'all ain't trying to go rob or kill somebody. You're trying to stay out of trouble. Your mindset and trying to sell water is like, that's the best you can conjure up in terms of just being creative and trying to be an entrepreneur, because you may have seen somebody else do it. So let me get on the corner, buy me some cases of water, try to sell them. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But what I think, the reason I'm not mad at Meek for only giving them 20 and being like, yo, like y'all need to split that or whatever the case may be, is that just like, yeah, they're young men and they growing up, but like, they can't expect to just be saved off some one person with whatever type of hustle.
What the fuck was he supposed to do? Give him 100 bands? Like, damn, bro, it's never enough for people. Like, and I feel like that's just a day and age in social media that we live in, bro. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
Yeah. But now, it's not even. I'm not even talking about I'm not even like caring about like the backlash, the quote unquote backlash on social media. Just as like them young dudes out there, like. Meek just giving them 20 and it's like seven of them out there. I feel like that's a valuable lesson for them to understand. Like, I need to either hustle harder, find my own corner, or like find some other like game to try to get into. Cause like,
bro, honestly, I say this, bro. I think it's more so it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Because I believe another celebrity, I think it was Tokyo Vanity or Tokyo Jets. I'm not too sure which one, but it was one of the Tokyos. But she was just like, I live in Atlanta as well, and I've had my own experience with them, and I know from experience, and other people would tell you, she was just basically saying that them little dudes be super aggressive, and like it was a video going viral. One of them, literally 4 of them climbing on top of a lady's car, preventing her to leave in traffic, like literally harassing her. You know what I'm saying? I'm out for my people. Like, I love us. I love me some black people, bro. But it's a right and a wrong way to do it, brother. And if you want to get you some bread, you trying to get you some flow. Like I say, it's quite literally, it's not what you do, it's how you doing it. And if you conducting yourself in a barbaric way, expect to get some negative results from that, bro. Because if you did run up to Meek and y'all over zealous and you damn near reaching your hand in the car, I'm not gonna give you no money either, bro.
But you could be missing other cars while all y'all trying to hound him, thinking he got 100 million in his and he just gonna cash you out. Like, that's the wrong way of thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even care, because I would have flooded Meek Mill car too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Little kid, hood, Meek, you a rapper.
True,
Bet. But it's the thing
how old are these guys?
They probably had no more than 13.
13, okay.
Probably not older than 13 at all. Probably like 12 on down, 13 on down.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be quick with this, because there's nothing I actually care about more than this right here. Right, I care a lot about football, but like
take your time.
This I care more about than anything else in the world. I stay up at night on this. Right. Okay. We talk about things like mass incarceration in the black community, right? Where more black men are arrested in per capita, right? Disproportionately than any other group of people. Okay. We talk about young black men losing their lives. The number one cause of death for young black men, right, is homicide, right? A part of that reason why is because of a lack of economic opportunity for young black men, where they feel like the only thing that I can do is either go slang some drugs and possibly get arrested, or possibly get involved with some people that I don't need to be involved with, or
rob.
But if I want to do something legally, hey, I need to go down to the store, buy me some Gatorades, buy me some waters, and sting it on the corner, right? if there were more economic opportunity for young black men, right, where they could get some on-job training to understand, hey, we understand your passion and your drive and your go-get-itness, right? Your ambition. That's good, right? But we got to tame it a little bit and understand and show you how to work it, right? Sunlight is great, right? But when you put it in a magnifying glass and you pierce it in there, then that's where it has a lot of power to make things happen, right? So building up a system where we can have economic opportunities, so that when you get young teenage boys who are like, hey, I want to make some money. I want to be able to go down to the store and get what I want to get. I want to be able to get my shoes. I want to be able to take a girl out, all this stuff, right? I want to be able to help mom out. Then you won't have them climbing up top of cars saying, you need to buy water from me, right? They just haven't been trained yet. So that's something we need to do. Now, go ahead, because I can go forever on this.
I feel like one issue that I deal with, especially at my job, I'm around a lot of youngsters, and I feel like a lot of us as older black men, we don't give away free game. We so quick to judge and point and say they're doing it wrong, but just like in that Meek Mill situation, he should have gave some free game right then and there. You should have right then and there and told them, hey, yo, young cats, this is how you do it. This is the wrong way to do it. This is the right way to do it. Simple and plain. He's a hustler himself. He should have stopped them and laced game on them right then and there and called it a day.
He did.
No,
he wasn't knocking what they was doing. He was knocking how they was doing it.
But did he lace game on them and tell them this is the right way to do it? Boom, boom. Or was more of like charging them up and questioning them and making them think more into it?
But what they will never know is we don't know if the camera went off, we don't know if he gave him game or not. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's
that's the issue. That should always be another person with extra. That's one thing. Like, I hate that. That's a bad thing with media. Like, they let the media dictate us. Like, there should be an extra one of us out there being our own media, catching the extra, broadcasting the extra, and pushing that extra. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I look at it, bro. Like, I feel like at some point that should come out of him lacing game. That's what stops it. Stops the the repetitiveness of the BS, you know what I'm saying? Just someone stopping and saying, hey, bro, I've been through that shit, and I'm a real one that you respect. So I'm going to tell you straight up, this is not how you do it. This is the way you do it. I've been a hustler. This is how you hustle.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot that can be said. I mean, I really hope that some Salesforce training company gets a hold of this video and says, hey, look, there's an opportunity right there. There are young men who are hungry,
man, for sure. They'll make a killing it with that.
We can train them up so that by the time that they're 18, we can put them through a training program, internship program. So by the time they're 18 and they can work for us, they'll be ready to go out into the sales world, and they can take the rejection and all that, and they can keep on going because these guys are hungry. I've been in sales pretty much all my adult life, bro. The best salespeople I know are
previous
drug dealers. But they just took the skills that they learned before and put it in there. So I'm not saying that these young guys are drug dealers. But
so are you good at sales?
I'm pretty decent.
He be racking up. Is he?
I'm okay.
Deal any drugs in your past? Get any privacy?
Don't
say it on podcast, bro. I don't know no type of.
No, you have the right to remain silent, sir. You do.
I haven't actually tried to in college. I tried.
Oh, damn!
You have the right to remain silent, bro. Just remain silent, bro. Just
shut up.
I never did, though. I never did. I asked somebody about how I could, but
you gotta dance it off.
They were like, yo, you gotta put money up. I was like, I ain't got no money. That's why I'm coming to you. So I'm like, we're gonna get this minimum wage.
I'm glad you found Jesus.
Yeah, so you made it to make money. Okay?
But my first sales trainer though was a he was a drug dealer in his past life, and you know, it's funny the lessons that he taught me. You know, and I'm not gonna say his name or anything because he probably don't even want me talking about that. But
Please don't.
Dry snitching, we don't
This
condone
man
that on
has
this
a
podcast.
whole career now.
Yeah, but,
Not said that.
yeah, but I mean,
Don't snitching on the podcast.
any success that I get in sales, like I owe to this man because he showed me the way. He showed me, you know, how to talk the talk, how to be genuine and not an a-hole, and you know all this stuff. So it was. Man.
I think that's the dope interaction you made, because I think a lot of times, you know, people judge other people, you know, simply, you know, judging a book by its cover. So if you ever ran into that guy or heard from afar that dude sold drugs, you probably have a negative connotation on like who he is, what he's like. But this guy gave you game and it's helped you make, you know, money. So I think that's pretty cool.
But the thing is, like, this is the reason why I started off talking about this the way I did. And I know, you know, everyone knows my politics, and a lot of people on my lane don't like to hear this, but your environment matters. Your environment matters, bruh. Like, if you don't have opportunity, right, you go and make it. Like, these guys, if they don't have any other opportunities, right, if there's no other way for them to try to make money right now, right, what are they gonna do?
Well, I don't think you could really get a job at 13. You probably can work at Chick-fil-A at 14, I believe. But
I understand that. But okay, if they
labor laws.
Yeah. But so difference, right? The neighborhood I lived in California. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, my wife's officer in the Navy, right? We lived in, you know, officer housing for the military, right? So everybody in here is making 6-figure salaries plus, right? The little kids who are selling waters and stuff, they are not in the middle of the street being aggressive with cars. They're sitting outside with a sign, right? And folks just come up and, you know, because there's money around. Oh, people are, you know, you got these nice little white ladies who are walking their dogs and they come by, okay, you know, let me get one, right? There's a difference between selling waters there, right, outside your house, and having to go in the middle of a street to do it. Because hey, these people right here, your neighbors who just got money everywhere, they can just, oh yeah, we gonna give Johnny the money. We're gonna give little Cindy this money. Versus, hey,
it's not like, well, they're selling water. It's not community vibe like that. It's like,
so sure. If I'm a 12-year-old and
they gotta tap on your window like, hey.
And that's what they used to see, and they used to, you know, nigga going up to the court tapping on that shit for drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's the environment, right? So
that's what I'm saying. So you know, sure, you know, not every 12-year-old can go get a job because of labor laws. I get that, but there's some opportunity that could be put in place for those young men, right? There's some things that, you know, and there's a bunch of youth football coaches who have done stuff like this, right? Hey, let's go do a fundraising event, right, with our team, right? Let's go work at the stadium or whatever. And there's a lot that you can't do right now because of COVID, but you know, there's different things that they can do to help, you know, raise money. And then even, hey, let's give the kids a kickback, right? Yeah. There's a bunch of youth programs that do that all the time, right? And so, you know, if these guys don't have that, right, and especially right now with COVID, they don't have that. It's like, hey, I gotta do something, right? And so, you know, I don't know, man. You know, there's a lot we can get in on that.
Yeah, that was a good conversation on that topic. Yeah, we was on that for a minute. I won't keep going, but yo, man, wrapping up this show, man. We talked about the Texans and their woes, and now we have our Houston Rockets and their woes. So
I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Oh yeah, well, Christian, go ahead and sign out before we get out here, man. Coach Johnson,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Stay black excellence. black.
And to our white audience members and minorities or majorities, y'all stay whatever race y'all are too. We want to be inclusive.
I'm with them too, but bruh.
Yeah, but we for us too though. I feel
hey,
I smell that slime.
Hey, in the spirit, because y'all got me. I don't even know if I'm gonna go to sleep now. In the spirit of, hey, let's build up young black men. Let's build them up. Let's show them the way.
You know what? We're gonna talk about it in the group.
Let's show them the way. There's so much talent. There's so much talent in so many different areas of life inside of young black men. All it needs needs to be cultivated. It needs to be cultivated. It needs to be shown just how to bring out what they already have inside them. I've seen it before, time and time again. It is there. I can go on for hours with this. I love y'all. I get y'all next time.
Take it easy. Smoke weed every day.
Amen.
But yeah, no, man. Yeah, like I was saying, Texans having their woes right now. The Rockets are having their woes. The Houston Rockets have now made it official, trading John Wall to the Houston Rockets, and sending over Russell Westbrook and the first-round pick to the Washington Wizards. It looks beautiful on paper when it first happens. Like, oh, snap. Oh, Rockets also get DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins reunited, and we got Harden. Oh, shit, we might be able to cook a little something up. And Harden is at the strip club with a little baby celebrating his birthday and has not yet made it to training camp.
I got some shit I want to say about it, man. And I say this, man, to kick it off, bro. It's the same old shit with Thug, bro. Hold on. I really want to talk to bro just one-on-one, bro. I know, one day he gonna fuck around and watch this, bro. Hey, James, brother, you told us a couple years ago you were a Rocket for life. You told us you was in it to bring us a championship. Now you talking about jumping ship, all because, we got a new owner. We don't have the GM that we used to have, and we have a new head coach. So you seemingly think that you're safe. So, or maybe you don't have the voice that you once did within the organization, but that's not true. You're still the best player, arguably one of the best players, only probably second to Hakeem the Dream in, franchise history. I would say Hakeem first, James second, quite literally. He's probably been the second best Rocket ever. Brother, stand on that motherfucking business, man. Stand on that business, bro. Like, what you doing at the strip club, bro? That's your problem. You don't take nothing serious. Come on, bro. This was the problem last time. You going to the Drake concert and you going to the strip after we lost a playoff game? Bro, I wish like the fuck I would see that as a teammate, bro. I don't give a damn if I don't get paid as much as you or, and I'm not nearly the player as you. Bro, you ain't for real.
I guess what my question would be
John Wall, bro, I'm pissed off right now, bro, because
you still want him on the team?
Bro, he did want John Wall. You wanted John Wall on the team.
No,
Woj reported it. So I take that as law. Woj reported that John Wall preferred
on the team.
He preferred John Wall over Russell from a basketball standpoint. And I get it. 2 years younger.
Do Rockets fans still want James Harden on their team?
Brother, I don't care. If you don't want to be there, well, guess what? We're not trading you under contract for 2 more years.
Hey, but but check this here out.
Play, not trading.
I treat it like I look at it like
trading.
Not this year.
But I mean, like, I look at it like, just like any like relationship, right? Like, I mean, and at the end of the day, like this, like I don't care how much of fans we are. At the end of the day, this is like business with James Harden and the Rockets. And so from a business standpoint, if I'm the Rockets, like, no, sirree, Bob, you are not going anywhere. I don't care what you got going on. You still got 2 years left on your contract. You still one of the greatest players in the league. We're not sending you anywhere and getting some like
not for fucking Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie. No disrespect.
Right now, but I'm
not going to trade $1 for 4 quarters.
Now, if I'm a fan, let that Darnell
let that sink in. Yeah, I know.
But
all I'm saying is for pieces, right? Dinwiddie's a nice player. LeVert, even Jared Allen's a nice player. All of them add up to $1. James Harden is $1.
Yes.
There's only probably 2 handfuls of dollars within the league if we just keeping that metaphorical analogy going.
But
go ahead.
For some, green looks better than silver. But to say to say if I'm the Rockets, it's business. I'm not trading. If I'm a fan, I want you to go because I don't feel like your heart is in it. And even being here,
your heart ain't been winning it, man. Nah, nigga, you owe me. Nah, I'm gonna say fuck it.
That's just how
you
I feel about
contractually obligated. So don't come out here.
Another kid.
So for James Harden, I don't know, bro. For one, the Rockets not gonna win nobody.
We can let him go. He's a big ass crybaby, dude. I'm tired of dealing with his crybaby tendencies. Plain and simple, bro. He can leave.
That shit he doing, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You can go.
And then he gonna
I'm tired of you.
I ain't gonna lie. Went hard on this picture today. I ain't gonna lie to you on Instagram. I did. You can go check me out right now. I'm under there talking big shit. I seen my boy.
I'm right to you, bro. I'm tired of him booing in the playoffs. I'm tired of him mad because he getting snubbed for the MVP. I'm tired of that shit, bro. Worried about the wrong shit except for the ship. So he want to worry about his own personal achievements except for the ship.
Oh, now he want to go to a contender. Because guess what? You not winning shit with the 76ers because if Ben Simmons had a remnant of a jump shot, they wouldn't even be trying to trade for you, bro. Because honestly, I don't want shit the 76ers got to offer if they not throwing Ben Simmons. And I really don't even want Ben Simmons because he can't shoot.
And and to the eyes, if James Harden in whatever world or whatever dominoes align, if he were to go to the Nets, I wouldn't be afraid of him. I wouldn't be afraid of him, KD, and Kyrie being together. What I fear about that tandem is like the brains of the operation, that being Steve Nash, and like whatever schemes he been building up because he's a player's coach.
Oh, bro, have you heard what they running? Guess what offense they running? 7 seconds or less, they will be running the Houston offense. So,
did I do it simultaneously? I felt like I did.
Look. Hey, but it's gonna be a different voice, so it'll be different. I think they got a different defensive coordinator. But Mike D'Antoni is the offensive coordinator, so they're literally gonna be running the same offense that Steve Nash won his 2 MVPs with, and that's the 7 seconds or less. But with a prolific offensive talent as Kyrie and Kevin Durant, man, like, dude, I'm just curious to see because. Their skill set is a bit different than James and Russ. Even though James is a prolific scorer, one of the best scorers in NBA history, Russell, quite frankly, was a dynamic scorer, but he's not even a good shooter of the basketball. Kyrie and Kevin Durant both can shoot and both are extremely talented and great scorers in their own right. So it'll be interesting to see the 1-3 pick and roll, some pin downs, 1-2 pick and roll, at the end of games. It'll be real interesting. It'll be real interesting to see, how.
And even within that being like a 3-headed monster, I'm not like confident.
I'm talking about them without James. I'm just talking about because I don't.
Even if they didn't have James, and you just you got the pieces, LeVert and Dinwiddie and all them around him. I'm not confident in Kyrie's durability at this point in his career. I'm just not.
Yeah, bro ain't made it through one season.
How when I was talking to you about being hyped up on like Cousins and Wall, it's just like
they got to make it through a season first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think John Wall has like in the past 3 seasons like played a season worth of games. Like you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like. Yeah, I'm more so as opposed to if James Harden went to the Nets and him being along with Kyrie and KD, I'm more scared of like the offense that they're gonna be running as opposed to those actual players. But also talking about Kyrie, bro, I don't know what Kyrie. I try my best to like understand the players. As opposed to just like being force-fed what the media is saying about players. But right. but sometimes like it just is what it is. Like, what's said is like simply like what is said is not being taken out of context. So Kyrie came out with this statement. that this is the first time in his career where he's felt like he's been on the team where he can look across on the bench or on the court at another teammate and be like, that guy is also in the closer. Like, it doesn't always
So
have
disrespectful.
it doesn't always have to be placed on me. And obviously, people are going to
like
be
he been bailing LeBron out his whole life. Boy, if I'm LeBron,
hey, bro,
I
did
would
you
slap
play
the
with
shit
like
out,
LeBron James? Like, did you?
Nigga, before LeBron got there, nigga, you was in the lottery every year. Nigga, with Anthony Bennett getting put on your team. Sorry ass dude. Come on, bro. Come on, fool. We already know what this show look like with just you on it. It don't go nowhere. You don't play winning basketball. You don't contribute enough to winning, so you be the ultimate force that drives winning. Every team LeBron James has ever been on in his life, let's get that. Every team LeBron James have ever, let's just take it past the NBA, life, they won. His style wins. So you need to be trying to just shut the fuck up and do what he do. And this is coming from a Kobe fan. Rest in peace to the GOAT. I'm not even a LeBron James fan, but I get tired of the hate, bro. They love to hate this man, and honestly, I don't understand why. You can hate him on the court. Yeah, he whined too much after calls, but after really closely even looking at it, bro, the nigga 260 and he damn near get hit every time he drive the ball. And he
every time. I'm not gonna lie.
He do be getting fouled. So I feel him on that, bro. But
every
even time. Aside from that,
Kyrie,
like, he plays a breed and style of basketball that quite literally begets winning, right? He plays the right way. He's not selfish. And if you force him to score, he'll score. If you force him to play defense, he can be a lockdown defender on any given night. Whatever you need at the time, man, he could give it to you. He's the ultimate Swiss Army knife. So it's like for Kyrie to say what he said, I think I knew what he was saying, but you could say it a better way. Maybe this is the first time in your career that you've had maybe a
offensive player
shooter,
skilled as
maybe
you.
a shooter of your caliber, because Kevin Durant's a better shooter than LeBron James.
No, bro, he has no IQ whatsoever. I'm sorry, he's all skill, no IQ.
Yeah,
that's his issue, bro. He looks at the surface. He don't look below the surface at all. How you play on the Celtics teams with up-and-coming shooters and two-way players, and you put it all on your own shoulders for what reason? For what reason?
Because he on the me mentality. He's still a young player within the league to where he still want to get stats, and he wants to be the reason that they win. So 30 in a loss for him, Kyrie, I almost call it the Carmelo effect, right? When he was back in the Knicks. He was almost happy if he got his 30 or 40, but they in a losing effort, he happy. But if he got 17 points in a W, Kyrie got a problem with that, especially if Tatum, my boy Jason Tatum, shout out to that boy. Really, the real ball on the team.
Tatum,
he would have had a problem if
Jason Tatum
went for 30 and they won and he had 17 in a winning effort. You know what I mean? He wanted to be the driving force behind why they won.
Bro, but at the same time, though, you just witnessed a season before that he went toe-to-toe with LeBron in the playoffs? Jason Tatum? Are you serious? Yeah, he was a little off, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't scared. He manned the fuck up. Not so many players can man the fuck up.
Didn't have anybody on that team.
But at the end of the day, that's still a challenge. So you're telling me that regardless, you're playing against LeBron James, like, it's going to strike some kind of like, whoa, this is LeBron. Team or no team, it's LeBron James. He still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals regardless. So it's one of those things where it's like, you went to this team that accepted the challenge. Yes, they even lost, but they still accepted the challenge, with LeBron James as the human guy, this super guy that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I looked at last year when he played with the Celtics, the season beforehand. I was like, why are you putting everything on your own shoulders? Like, you have Jaylen Brown.
Your shoulders ain't even that broad, brother. You are fragile.
You're good. Agile. Chill.
Mobile.
Wait till the Eastern Conference that we start putting this. Yeah, wait till the Eastern Conference put on that cake. Chill the fuck out.
That's just it. You trying to put on the cake, brother. We need you to be in the driver's seat, in the passenger seat. Rather.
I think this season is going to be extremely, extremely telling about like Kyrie. One, on his durability. And two,
he's blackballing the media this year too.
Yeah, obviously saying he not going to focus on because he don't want his words to be taken out of context. Okay, that's fine. But definitely telling about his durability and also if how well he plays alongside Kevin Durant. And so for him, if you try to force and try to give him an out, maybe in terms of talking about another clutch player, he may just be saying someone as offensively skilled as he is. Possibly. Now, LeBron can get a bucket whenever he wants to. We know that. But just in terms of, like, God-gifted offensive, like, ability, maybe that's what he meant. But, I mean, that's just if you was just trying to give him a
I would call Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is definitely a better shot maker than LeBron James. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I mean,
you still can't ignore the greatest player in the NBA right now.
He's better than Kevin Durant still. I'm giving him that prop, but I'm just saying, man, the boy KD is a shot maker.
As a player, yes, LeBron is better, but in terms of like specific
shot
skill set, shot
making,
I'm going to say Kevin Durant.
I'm going to take Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but it's not enough to say you didn't have.
See, you trying to slice it, bro. We're not saying Kevin Durant is better.
But that's what he's basically said. It's my first time I've had this. That's what he said. This is my first time I've had. I can look. Oh, I got. Like, what do you mean? LeBron was still able to do that.
It's really tough.
You didn't believe.
I mean, yeah, because LeBron did hit a three. He had a late three to like keep that game like close. I remember.
All I say is one nigga done won one without the nigga who talking all this shit, and the nigga who keep talking ain't won shit yet. So
make it past the second round, I think. Yeah,
maybe. And he only talking shit because he got a nigga who got rings.
Yeah, and his rings is fraud too. Because he didn't close the deal on the 3-1 team that you was up 3-1 on.
Yo,
this the funny thing about that. You know what the funny thing? And I'm done talking about this. I promise to God. I'll say this and I'm done. The same dude who said this about LeBron James has a teammate that was up 3-1 on a team that lost to him when they were up 3-1. Because that year, that was the same year that Game 6 Clay was born, and Klay Thompson just literally willed the Warriors to force a Game 7, and we already know how that story ends. The Thunder couldn't, eke it out. Warriors end up, going on to the, the conference finals, or excuse me, the NBA finals, into which they went up 3-1 on, the Cavaliers. And then Kyrie and
with that being said, bro,
the 3-1 comeback that was, the first of NBA history. So that's the same guy. This is the same guy that you have on your team who couldn't close a deal, but you were just with a dude. And then when y'all was down 3-1, he could close a deal along with your assistance, but he could help you close a deal. But come on.
But all this being said, you also say it's also like saying Kyrie is the blame for the win, like the overall, the wholehearted reason. I thought he was a major piece. I think at this point he's kind of like Slick saying that I won that damn championship. Because look, when I wasn't there, we didn't win. When I'm there, we won. In his head. I'm not saying that shit, but in Kyrie's head.
High in his head, bro. Before LeBron James got to that team, this team didn't win over 20 games, bro.
Yeah, but you can't tell him that. You can't wrap it around Kyrie's head.
What you mean I can't tell him that? The history would tell him that.
Right.
But you.
Yeah, man.
But that fact that he wasn't there and then he was there.
I'm actually a Kyrie fan. I'm just not a fan of those comments that he said.
Right.
I believe he's better than Kobe. I believe if Kyrie Irving was 6'6", he'd be a fucking problem and a top 10 player all time.
Vote that.
If Kyrie was 6'6".
6'6", he'd be a real serious situation.
That's not debatable.
Andy Dalton is sorry, bro. Can you bench this man?
Yo, but the NBA season is swiftly approaching us, and you're gonna get the beauty of this podcast continuing to grow as we go into the opening season of the NBA 2020-21 season and the NFL playoffs. We probably start trying to maybe squeeze in like 2 podcasts a week. So like I was saying, podcast is growing. We got the NBA getting ready to start, and we're getting ready to go into the NFL playoffs. So we're probably gonna have to start trying to squeeze in maybe 2 podcasts a week because it's definitely gonna be lit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What's
and
up,
so,
man?
hey, man, like, this is our 10th episode. We got another 10 to go, then another 10 after that, another 10 after that. We're going to, Sedacious going to fire up the L on the 100th episode.
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Why not?
Slime like.
And yeah, man, so we're going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. The No Name Podcast. We're going to come up with a name by New Year. Book it. But right now, No Name Podcast, insert podcast name here, podcast. Thank y'all for watching.
I like that. Yes, sir.
The Cowboys is ass right now.